What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us today. My name is Derrick, and this is the One Light Byhalia Facebook page. This video is designed to introduce myself to you, the community, and explain why this even exists. And to help me with this is Miss Laura Taylor, Executive Director for the Byhalia Area Chamber, Main Street. Thanks for doing this with me today. So there's going to be a lot of context in this, and I thought it would be cool to, instead of just me doing a solo video, make it more conversational with you. And by now, we've met. I am now a member of this chamber. And a few weeks ago, probably a month ago, I sat with you to give you an idea of what I want to do for Byhalia. Now I'm going to pretend that I'm telling this to you for the first time again. So what this page is hopefully will be a podcast at some point, a traditional podcast, and it's designed to help spotlight and highlight the small businesses and organizations that make up Byhalia, specifically, as a way to support the commerce, and doing that through story, interviewing the owner's story. And proxy, then obviously it helps promote their business. I feel like the know, like, trust, thing. Right. Once you know the owner and realize that you maybe have something in common or you like their story, then it make you more engaged to go patronize their business. I'm a big fan of the entrepreneurial story. I guarantee you all these small businesses on this strip have a story behind it.
Oh, yes.
Of stress and frustration and taking chances and am I good enough to do this? All that type of stuff. So I love that story, and I feel like that's a very engaging way to introduce someone to a community. So I'm coming to Byhalia after doing this for Hernando. I live in Hernando. I created a network called The Real Hernando and launched at the beginning of 2022. And I didn't ask permission. No one asked me to do it. I just did it because of what my business is. I'm a podcast production producer. I own an agency called Shelby Road Productions. My studios are based in Hernando. And what I have most passionate in is creating community-sponsored podcast networks. I produce content and podcasts for all kinds of businesses, locally and statewide, nationally, through just the virtual world. With Zoom and the internet, you can start a business. Right. I started this business on a laptop and internet. So it went really well. Hernando really engaged with it. Put out 22 episodes last year. A mixture of businesses and organizations. Even had Mayor Johnson on it. Our executive director, chamber executive director, Simone Swatzina, our art council director, and then a lot of the popular places, Area 51 Ice Cream being one of them. And leading into this year, my goal was to expand the community aspect of my business and expand regionally. Without knowing what I'm doing and how to do that, let's get to the why Byhalia. So I felt it was a good idea to tour around some of these main streets in northern Mississippi. I decided to visit Byhalia, Corinth, and Iuka. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Iuka. And so this was the first stop, and immediately fell in love with this place. After seeing the other cities, they're awesome too. Coming back in, I grabbed the coffee at the carriage house, met Todd, kind of gave him an idea of why I was here, and it was pretty quick that I decided that I would start the journey. Not only am I trying to pitch this to the community and to you and the business owners, but I'm learning how to do this on the fly too, to branch out. So that's when I connected with you, and I don't want to suck all the air out of the room here. I've done all the talking, my bad. But so we sat down and then have built this relationship. I've joined the chamber, and then now you agreed to do this with me, so we could make sense of all of this and talk to Byhalia about why we're doing this. So thank you.
Well, we're excited that you chose Byhalia out of those three towns. You are new to this community and finding your way around. I've been here now for about 6 months, so I'm still working through finding my way around. And I think this is a great way to showcase what we have here, our small businesses. Let's drive some people to downtown Byhalia and just build this up.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the purpose.
Right.
Is to bring traffic to these businesses, with not doing traditional commercials.
Right.
Let's get these people's stories behind it. Like I've met Todd a few times now, but I don't know his story behind why he has a coffee house now. I know he was a nurse for a minute, for a career, and how did this all come to be? So in Byhalia, first and foremost, proximity. It's 30 minutes from Hernando, so that was helpful,
Right.
for sure, because I need to be able to be present. But I just was fascinated with the size in this one little block of
Right.
commerce here with these old buildings. I just love town squares. I love strips. I just love the vibe of like places like Byhalia. And I was just fascinated with it's just this one little spot.
Right. There's some great people down here.
Yeah.
And as you spend more time going in and out of these merchants and you get to know them, it's a diverse group of people with different personalities and different motivations for what they're doing. But everybody here is just so welcoming. They're so friendly.
Yeah.
And they're all working together to help each other succeed. And with you doing this, that's just one more piece of the puzzle that will help to bring some success to our downtown merchants as well as Byhalia in general. You've seen this strip, but there's a lot more here.
Yeah.
More restaurants and more businesses and more growth is coming in the area, more residential developments. So we're really going to grow in the next year and a half.
Do you want to speak on the developments, the apartments coming in, or the home, or is that something that's?
I know.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of places to live here soon.
There's going to be a lot of residential development over the next year to year and a half. I don't want to say too much because I'm not educated enough.
We don't have the details.
Right. I don't have all the details, but I feel certain that Mayor Weathers would love to sit down and do this with you too. And
She's on the list, I think.
She can tell you all the details. But yes, there's a lot of growth coming.
Yeah.
So this is an exciting time to be in Byhalia, and it's a great time for you to start and launch something like that for this area.
That was part of the reason too.
Right.
But earlier you mentioned how everyone's really nice and helpful and everything. Well, the week after I meet Todd for the first time, I come to have coffee at the carriage house, bring my laptop. I'm like, all right, Monday mornings is going to be my Byhalia day. I'm going to, a couple hours every week, come just work.
Right.
Here, just get the feel for the place. So I do a quick little video of that on my Facebook page and YouTube channel, and did a post, tagged the carriage house and everything. 3 days later, your art council director, Susan Bonds, reached out. So I want to meet you. Sounds cool. And then next thing you know, the week after I meet her, I decide, okay, next Monday, I'm just going to walk to the chamber office and introduce myself and join the chamber, and let's get to know the executive director. I walk in, you already knew who I was.
I saw your video.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is meant to be. And it goes back to, what's great about being a small town. Now, maybe drama can be an issue in small towns too, but trying to do this in a bigger city would be more difficult.
Right.
So this was a great place for me to start trying this, And my goal was one new market this year, one new community this year. So I understand it takes time. It's a lot of work to build a network like this. And when I say network, let me explain what the Real Hernando is as a template. Okay. Whether the Byhalia needs all of this or not, it could be something different. But when I consider a network, the Real Hernando is an audio podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, all the audio platforms. It's on YouTube. It's video based, just like this. And then it's promoted on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And then it all is in a major hub at therealhernando.com. It's on the website. So that's a full network. We release a new episode every 2 weeks. Each episode gets clipped, taken out of it in video format, reels and TikToks and all these different things. And then over a 2-week period, we highlight one business over those 2 weeks. So that's the network, right?
Okay.
So what does Byhalia need? And that's what I need to continue to research and figure out. And it might be monthly podcasts. It might be only Facebook and Apple, but that's what this is for.
Don't limit yourself.
Yeah.
Don't limit Byhalia.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I'm sorry.
We can really, you can go all those different directions.
Yeah.
As it grows.
Yeah.
As it grows.
As it grows,
You've
right.
got to start somewhere.
But there's another factor, and that is, the payment of it, the labor and resources it takes to do that. So I don't want to make this about money, but it kind of has to, and that's why I wanted to introduce myself this way, because it's important people know me and trust me too. That's why I joined the chamber. I wanted to be involved. I've already done a coffee and commerce.
Right.
I'm going to the luncheon. I'm going to the next coffee and commerce.
Right.
To shake hands and get to know everybody. Because in order for these networks to live, it needs to live on sponsorship and ad revenue. So finally, after a year of development in Hernando, I managed to get a title. It's Wesley Meadows Retirement Community, located on Mackinvale. They're a branch of Methodist. And then now working on monetizing it with more ads and all of that stuff. So otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to continue it.
Right.
It's expensive to produce a network like that on your business's dime. So part of this is growing regionally, but also growing my business. Make no mistake, this is my small business.
Right.
I would love to make a living creating community, sponsored podcast networks. That's the whole point. So with that, I'm going to build this up to a certain point. I'm going to put a couple episodes in here. Let's get some content in here, and then I'm going to be leaning on you or leaning on other powers that be in the community that could maybe get me in front of the right people, so I can kind of continue to promote this and pitch this and present this in hopes that someone believes in it and sees what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely.
Because not only is the sponsorship and ad revenue supporting a small business that, hey, we all like that, right? But it feeds right back into the community.
Exactly.
It's cyclical,
Right.
So
drives people back into the community.
Yeah.
And your podcast in Hernando, The Real Hernando, shines for itself. It shows what you can do and what you've done for Hernando. So as you make those contacts here, and as a member of the chamber, and he didn't say this, but he also serves on the board of directors for a neighboring chamber.
Yep.
So he understands that chamber membership does increase your credibility in the general public's view. And so I'm happy to be here and happy to promote what you're doing and looking forward to the promotion that you're going to give to our chamber and to our community as well. So.
Yeah, and it's also something all the businesses can get into.
Exactly.
They get excited about it too because they want to be a part of it.
Right.
Who doesn't want free promotion?
Right.
Right? Again, going back to the sponsorship dollars. I'm not charging people to be on the podcast.
Right.
It's not about that. When I feature a business, it's all love. But, there needs to be some money behind it to power that too.
I understand.
And that ties in with The Real Hernando too. February of 2022, no one knew me. I was in Hernando for several months developing this, building the website and everything. But when I launched it, no one knew who I was. A year later, they vote me on the board.
Right.
And that was because they saw what I was doing.
Right.
But I also know the power and understand how to utilize, or at least I did okay utilizing what it means to be a member of the chamber. Right. It's like it's what you make of it. It's not just getting a free ribbon cutting and then what have you done for me lately? Like I show up to ribbon cuttings and network and understand
making those connections.
But I understand the value of what the chamber means. I mean, it's a network of people that you surround yourself with, all with the same mission.
Right.
All about business, but also
Success.
The community of business. So it was a no-brainer for me to make this a step.
Right.
Like, all right, let's go join the chamber. And I got my plaque. You guys give a better plaque, by the way.
Thank you. Well, the day that the day we posted you as a new member, it got some traction, of course, because we tagged you in it. And someone commented on that post and said, "Oh, but it looks like he's all about Hernando." And I wanted to say, well, just wait though. This next one's all about Byhalia. So I think it's great that you pick a town, you build it up, and then you start another town. And there's a lot of small towns and a lot of great places that could really benefit from this.
Absolutely. I've since gone to Holly Springs, and what was the other one that I really liked? I can't remember. And I'm still scoping around, but it's purely just scoping. Like, I'm not starting another
Right.
town or city until I get something up and running.
Right.
You know, I'm not here to just quickly set something up, hopefully get sponsored, then see you later. You know,
Right.
I want to be a part of it,
Right.
which is going to complicate things. Let's say I want to do Iuka. Well, it's 90 minutes away. It's a 3-hour round trip drive. It's going to have a different dynamic. It's going to be more difficult for me to connect, you know. So that's why Byhalia is the place, you know, and I feel it here. I just really like it, you know. And I'm hoping that some of these empty spots get filled, and, you know.
I talked to one of those building owners today, ran into him in the parking lot, and can't say for sure, but I think we may have a tenant come into one of these spots. And we had another business that just opened yesterday. So it's coming.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's coming. It's growing.
I should also mention, because I think it's important that people know, if someone's, you know, sponsoring or supporting something, they might want to know, okay, well, what's it doing? Well, we just made it clear what it does for Byhalia, but it's also employing students from the Career and Technical Center. And she's off camera right now, but we got Andrea Christian helping me out. And my daughter is going to be joining next year too. But because I'm tapped into that school, there's a digital media program in the Horn Lake campus. Kids are going to get real experience. I mean, she's working for free right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's an eye roll. But for real though,
It's an educational opportunity.
Yeah, making money, doing something that they really want to do. I'm a team guy. I don't do this all by myself. I have a team of editors and designers, and all virtually. They all live across the country, and so I'm not a one-man shop. You know, I need team to be able to do what I need to do. And then now that I'm breaking out locally, building a studio in Hernando, and then now coming out here to Byhalia, I need help.
Right.
You know, so not only are you providing and helping a small business, but you're creating jobs.
Right.
You know, I mean, 3 hours here and there. I know you're not going to go to college on that, Andrea, but still, though, that's a big factor.
Right.
You know, and the more I grow, the more the bigger the team grows, and the more opportunities that I can give other people too.
Right.
So that's another big factor. But I apologize. I wanted to give you space to promote things 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
So let's
How
talk
much time
about
do I have?
as much time as we need.
Okay, so do we want to just talk about a couple upcoming events
Yes.
that the Chamber has?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, our Coffee and Commerce, which is a monthly, it's the third Wednesday of each month. It's a monthly networking breakfast mingle. It's March 15th at 8 a.m. We do host it here in the Chamber office. We have coffee, donuts, and
It's fun.
everybody here is here because they want to interact. They want to make those connections. So it's easier than a cold call, and you're not dealing with the gatekeepers at the front desk. So come on in and you'll meet the managers.
And what's great about that is that you get, at least from when I went to, you gave everybody an opportunity to speak.
Absolutely. Every
Around the
single
horn.
person.
You know, you get your 2 minutes, say what you need to say, and I love that because it's important for someone like myself to be able to just tell my story to as many people as possible.
Right.
Why am I here? I made it very clear why I was here, you know, and what I need to hopefully be able to make it happen. So
Right, and that event, the Coffee and Commerce, is open to members and non-members. It gives people an opportunity to come just see what we're all about. And it's one of the few events where everybody does get an opportunity to give their speech, to give their elevator speech, because that's what it's for. It's for the members. It's a tool. It's for them to make those connections. And we also, you can mark your calendar. I don't have all the details yet, but April 1st, that Saturday, will be a event, marketing campaign per se to promote our downtown shopping district. And it will involve the Easter Bunny and some Easter eggs. So y'all stay tuned and follow us for more details, but we're gonna have something fun planned for that Saturday, April 1st.
And where can they find all this? You
You can follow us on Facebook. It's the Byhalia Area Chamber Main Street Facebook page.
Okay.
And all of our events are posted there. Or you can call our office at 662-838-8127.
There you go. Awesome.
Find out more information.
And y'all are very friendly, and I'm already happy to be a part of this community here.
Thank you.
For sure, you know. Well, goodness, I think we covered everything. I don't want to bore people too long here, but if you are watching this, please share it. You know, right now as we record this, the One Light Byhalia Facebook page, I believe, has 3 followers.
Right.
So we need to build this up, right?
We do.
So share away, instant message it to other businesses or anyone that might be interested in learning more about this. I have some people in mind to interview. I want to get 2 full episodes as a package, and then see where it goes from there. You know, I can't promise anything past that, but we'll see. We'll see, and hopefully people will engage with this and believe in it, and we would like to support it. So
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Awesome.
I'm sure they will. Looking forward to it.
Look at me too.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this, Laura, and thank you for watching.